The oven is almost preheated, but I'm going to cheat. I'm going to go ahead and stick it in there. And here's the pizza, guys. Here's the pizza before it goes in. It's almost good enough to take it. Okay, I got to find where that broken spot, because I don't want to put that in first. You got to do this somewhat quick. Come on now. And we're just going to ease her in there. Ooh, she takes up the whole oven. These are great for pizzas. Now we wait. That was me a little over a year ago. That's right. If you don't believe me, you can go back on this channel to February of 2024. There it is. It's something to do with making my own pizza. I failed at it miserably, thank God. And that was one of the last meals I made that you're accustomed to today. Pizzas, hamburgers with the bun, all that stuff. If you clicked on this video, then you're probably already curious about the carnivore lifestyle. Well, I asked ChatGPT. I says, hey man, give me the pros, give me the cons, only use medical fact. You know, ChatGPT has all of that at its fingertips. Well, I don't know if ChatGPT even has hands, but you get the point. So it has the entire world's medical database right there. And here's what we get. Let's get into it. The pros. I can tell you one of the first pros is I can read this now without my reading glasses. Couldn't do that before. Don't know if that has anything to do with it, but why am I doing that, right? Weight loss. High protein keeps you full, cuts cravings, and increases calorie burn. All true. All true. You will start losing weight immediately. Immediately. Once you start eating nothing but eggs, nothing but meat. You can eat all the meats. If it comes from an animal, you can eat it. Okay? Once your body has all the existing carbs out of its system, it has no choice but to burn fat. Eating fat sounds like it's a bad thing, right? Well, it's not. It is not. All right, blood sugar control. This is a big one. I had, very high blood sugar and no longer take medication for that. Many see better glucose and insulin levels, especially with pre-diabetes or diabetes. Okay, last year on my physical was a 6.8 A1C. I had it done this April. It went down to 6.1. I was a little disappointed. I thought it would go down further than that. But hey, that's a big jump, right? I mean, I was a big guy. And I am still losing. Pretty much the gut is all gone. I got some man boobs left to work on. I've been working on the weight machine. But like any weight loss that you do, it doesn't happen overnight. You didn't put on 300-400 pounds overnight. It certainly isn't coming off overnight, but it will come off, and you will start feeling the results immediately. You will feel better. You will have more energy. It's just amazing. Okay, let's go to another pro. Simplicity. This is a big one, guys. One of the easiest diets to follow. No meal plans, no counting carbs. There's nothing to count. You can eat as much as you want. But if you go back to the top one, it says you're going to feel full all the time, and you do. When I started doing carnivore, I was doing breakfast and dinner, okay? Now I just do pretty much dinner because I'm just not hungry. Our mind has been trained that we have to eat 3 meals a day, and that's just not true. You eat what you need. And if you're not hungry, well, you don't need nothing. That's why people snack all day long, because they think they're hungry. Snacking, I don't do any of that anymore. The simplicity of the meals is what I like. Okay, let's look at it this way. In today's world, we are pretty much conditioned that every meal has to be gourmet. It has to taste great. No, it doesn't. You don't do that with air. You don't sit there every time you take a breath and go, "Oh, that one was good. That was good too." You just breathe. You don't think about it. You just breathe. And that's the way eating should be. It's just a fuel that your body needs to survive. To go do things that are fun, to enjoy life. You shouldn't be worried about what you're going to eat for dinner, what you're going to eat for breakfast. How am I going to cook this? How am I going to cook that? You just throw the meat in the air fryer, you throw the meat on the grill, you eat it, you cook you some eggs, whatever it is you cook, and you're done. You go about your day. You will find after eating this way for a while, you no longer care about none of that. I don't worry about how it tastes. I just eat it. Okay, not saying it's terrible. I mean, there's no way that I'm going to eat a ribeye and say that's terrible. It isn't. But I'm not going to sit there and I'm not going to soak it in something all day. All that. You know, ketchup, Worcestershire sauce, all those things were invented for one reason back in the day. They've been around for hundreds of years. And that was to mask the taste of nasty food, because back in the day, they were lucky to get one meal a day, if, you know, maybe two. But a lot of the meat was terrible. They had to mask it with something. That is where you get those sauces from. And let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. Possible autoimmune relief. Okay, some people report improvements in arthritis. Gone. Gone. Gut issues, don't have any. Skin problems, and these are small case reports. So what it's doing, I'm asking it for what there's just not a lot of reports on the pros or the cons. I'll just give you my experience. My skin has cleared up tremendously. Now I've had these spots on my arms and they are going away. I don't know what they are, just like a hard calcium deposit, they're going away. Toenails. My toenails used to be nasty looking and yellow, perfectly clear. In fact, when I went to the podiatrist for the VA, he had mentioned, he says, well, I'm surprised because he's looking at my old medical records, right? And he says, I'm surprised that your toenails are so clear and normal looking. They look great. And I told him, oh, I've been doing carnivore. And they just don't know about it. And he just kind of, okay. You could see that he didn't believe that was the reason, but why did it start? Why did they start clearing up once I started carnivore? And they were that way for many, many, many years. So there are benefits, trust me. All right, let's go on to the cons. Oh, sorry if this is going a little long. No fiber. Okay, this is something I researched even further. Can cause constipation. Fiber helps gut health and may reduce colon cancer risk. Now, I checked with Dr. Ken Berry on YouTube and a few others, and it has never been proven that we even need fiber in our diet. It's just never been proven. So constipation, have not had it. I have never been more regular in my life. When you go, it's less. Your body is consuming the things it needs and putting them where they go. So you have less of that to deal with. There's no more gas issues. You just don't have that stuff. So that's something that hasn't been proven, okay? Risk of nutrient deficiencies, especially vitamin C, folate, magnesium, potassium, and plant-based oxidants. Okay, most of the people, these doctors that are doing carnivore, they don't take any supplements. Now, I am taking vitamin D because my last reading showed that I was deficient. So I'm taking vitamin D, I'm taking vitamin E, and magnesium. That's it. I will probably eliminate all of those things, you know. I mean, I'm feeling great, so I don't understand why I'm still taking them, because I feel so good. But, well, for now, I will keep doing that. But I don't know. So that's one thing there, okay. Potential heart risks. High saturated fat and cholesterol can raise LDL cholesterol, heart disease, where are we at? Okay, heart disease risk, long-term safety unknown. So I checked again with Dr. Baker. There's no studies on it. There's absolutely no studies to back that up. So look at it this way, man. If you're overweight, I was 300 pounds. I'm overweight. I'm taking metformin. I'm taking all these pills. Now I don't have to take them. My blood pressure is normal. So what's the problem? You know, they're always going to fight you on stuff because pharmaceutical companies want you on that stuff. And that is what doctors are trained to do, is prescribe you medications to mask the issues you have. So the best way to live life is to get rid of those issues. All right, and there wasn't very many cons that it could come up with. And you guys can put in ChatGPT, the same thing I did, ask it about carnivore, it's going to give you the same results. Hard to sustain socially, which means going out to dinner. Eating only meat makes dining out and social events difficult. Expensive for many. Well, I don't eat out, okay? But I have met with my parents, okay? Last time we went for Chinese, look, it ain't going to kill you to eat something else for one meal, okay? I picked the things out that I knew were meat, that had meat. I didn't eat no rice. Rice is bad. Nothing with beans, nothing fried. So I picked out, like pepper steak. Okay, I'm the guy in there digging all the meat out of it. Shrimp. You go to a steakhouse, you can get a steak. Ask them what they're cooking it in. Make sure it's just butter. But you just have to ask for it. And like I said, last Thanksgiving, I just had all the stuff. One helping. We went to Cracker Barrel, had all the stuff. It didn't kill me. I didn't gain 5 pounds for eating that one Thanksgiving meal. It doesn't mean you can't reward yourself every now and then with some ice cream. I have done that. But I think the last time I did that, I felt so guilty. I haven't done it in a long time. So, and I've gotten to where I don't have that. That was one thing I had. One of my vices was ice cream. I loved it. And I think I can do without it now. But don't be afraid to reward yourself once in a while if you see good results. And here are some neutral, mixed evidence that says mental clarity. Some report better focus, not proven in large studies. I can attest that my mental clarity is through the charts compared to what it used to be. I mean, I notice a big time difference, big time. Energy levels can rise or fall, especially during first 2 to 4 weeks of getting adapted to carnivore. I've had nothing but more energy. Okay, everybody's different, but I've had nothing but more energy. I don't want to sit around like I used to. Even in this heat, I don't want to sit around like that. So I'm out doing stuff all the time. It's great. Conclusion. Short term, carnivore can help with weight loss, simple meal planning, and controlling blood sugar. Long term, no solid evidence supports it as safe. Possible heart health, nutritional concerns, more research needed. All I got to say, guys, try it for 30 days. 30 days and see what it does for you. Meat, eggs, okay, you can eat pork, you can eat chicken, I made meatballs the other day. I cooked it in beef tallow. I made pork balls with it. Cooked that in beef tallow. It was great. I put ribs on the grill. There, now, if you gotta absolutely have sauces, H.G. Hughes makes the best ketchup I've ever tasted in my life. Sugar-free, doesn't have carbs. He also makes a whole bunch of different sauces. So barbecue sauce, whatever. I've done nothing but lose weight, and I still consume those products. You're going to need salt. I get the Redmond's Ancient Sea Salt. You can get that on Amazon. That is great. It tastes good. But don't use regular table salt. Use Redmond's. And watch videos on YouTube. Dr. Baker, Dr. Ken Berry. There are so many on there that will help you out. I know I got a lot of people following me that are doing very well on carnivore. You folks go ahead and, like you always do, comment in the comment section. Let these people know that, hey man, I'm doing it and it's working for me. But I probably got another 20 pounds, I think, and then I'm gonna, and the nice thing is when you're done, you're done. You can still eat this way. Your body's not gonna gain any more weight, but you're not gonna lose any more. Once your body finds that plateau where it's comfortable, and I'm not there yet. The man boobs gotta go, but I don't have that big, huge gut. that I used to have. I went out the other day and I bagged up 2 big garbage bags full of my old shirts. The shirt that you saw in the beginning, that shirt, even though it was a Carhartt, killed my soul to throw it out. It's in the trash. No, I did not give it away. Nobody needs a fat shirt. Not giving it to nobody. So all those went into the dumpster. Well, thank you guys for watching. It's Independence Day, so why don't you make it your Independence Day and start eating right, the perfect human diet. Happy trails.